Really excited. I have nervousness. I actually have stage fright, but I can feel it calming down because I'm more sure of who I am. So when I'm gonna be there, I'm just excited to showcase all of the work that I've been doing. I know you're hungry.
Very nice dress.
Thank you very much. It's Mark Baumgartner.
Designer.
Yes. I'm very happy because this is the first time I get to wear Mark, so I'm very blessed.
Okay, since you are madaldal,
Yes.
you have 30 seconds to
Yes.
answer your questions and someone will shout.
Okay. Grabe. Okay.
Okay. Tell us something more about yourself.
Okay, since it's the last part, I'm gonna make something fun. I don't know if all of you know, but I really wish to have a tree house. I want to build my own little tree house dito sa Siargao. That is one of my biggest dreams talaga. But not just any tree house, it's a tiny tree house. So that is something that's really dear to me. And I want to have a sustainable place where I can just grow my vegetables, get my water. That's really what I would like. Thank you!
What is one beautiful word in your language and what does it mean? So, Tagalog, basically, for you?
Meron dami ng word ng gusto ko sa Tagalog, but I think the best word that I can describe is mabuhay. Because it's so unique. It's the only thing that once you announce yourself, that's the first thing that you say. You say mabuhay, and everybody knows naman that you're from the Philippines. So that's the word I choose.
Okay, so what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
I have many actually, but the one that I would love to go back to is my childhood. And my childhood because I had such an amazing time with my mom and dad. They come from different cultures, but I had to embrace both of them. My Filipino side, my French side, and at the same time, I grew up sa Macau. So meron ako ng Chinese also. So I learned Chinese, and at the same time, after Chinese, I also went to a Portuguese school. So it was a lot to embrace, but I really learned so much. And what I learned is that we all have different traditions, cultures. Thank you. Sorry.
What about during this pandemic? What's the most important lesson that you learned?
There are many lessons I've learned during this pandemic. I feel like I become a woman during this pandemic. I became 26 years old. I faced a lot of challenges. I went from having no team to being my own style team to being my own financial supporter to being my #1 rooter. And that is one of the biggest lessons that I can say is that I'm so proud to be in Miss Universe Philippines. Even with the pandemic, I feel that I'm accomplishing one of my biggest dreams. And it's a very big challenge, but I can say that I'm confident in who I am and who I'm becoming, and I'm so happy. Thank you, Direk. Sorry.
If you win the title, how do you plan to further help your community?
Well, if I do get the chance to be Miss Universe Philippines, the thing that I would say the most is how about mental health? It's something really dear to me because I've experienced depression. I've been through a lot of abuse in my life. And I don't want anyone to have a stigma behind it. I want people to understand and be more open-minded to open communication in your family, especially here sa Pinas. I feel like a lot of us have this crab mentality. A lot of us have a lot of things that we don't want to share to the world. And that's something that I know it's my advantage because I firsthand was there and know. Thank you.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I would say morena skin, and that's something that I really embrace. A lot of the people here in the Philippines, unfortunately, we have been brainwashed for maybe just embracing white people's skin, but that's not actually our colors because we are different types of Filipino. All of us have different colors and we should embrace all of them. But for me, I'm a morena, so I will embrace morena. That's what I would choose. Thank you.
We've been hearing a lot of work from home is now part of the new norm.
Yes.
So what do you think is a skill needed to for this new type of for this new workspace or new workplace of the future?
There's a lot of things that we need. For sure, of course, we need to put our health in first hand. Like I said, I think mental health is very important, but I would also go with things that are simple, like bakery or food. That's essential for this time. I think that's the things that are keeping us going, you know? We have to support our local brands. We have to support all of our friends. Even the fashion industry is getting a big hit. So if we can do anything from Zoom online, anything that is communicating still, I know it's very difficult, but it's something that we will need and we can do. Thank you.
Um, if there's one place or spot in Taguig,
Yes.
whether it's man-made or natural, that you want to promote to the world, what would
Yes.
it be?
Well, I live next to, I'm very fortunate to be near 4th Strip. So I really, really like this place because it has a bunch of everything. We are known to be an entertainment zone, but at the same time, we have our sustainability. So thankful for all of the people that have their own hindi naman backyard, but their own balcony. They can grow also their veggies and fruits. But the place that I would say for me, it would be 4th Strip, one of my favorite coffee places, and it has, because coffee. Yeah.
Okay. There's a campaign now that's hashtag love local.
Yes.
What local product would you want to promote?
Well, I yesterday when I had my rehearsals, I was wearing Bench, and they have local made products now. So I'm really, really proud of that. So I would promote Bench because it's very affordable, it's very Filipino. All of the things that are made there are authentic, and I like to wear something that is representing of us. Thank you.
Last question for you is, what's one thing you think young people should focus on?
Okay, there are many things that young people should focus on, but one of the biggest things that they should focus on is how to be confident in yourself. What does that mean exactly? You have to ask the most difficult questions. What do you want to do with your life? What is your biggest purpose? What is something that will make you happy? Because a lot of young people have the opportunity to learn so much. We have the internet, and that's so a gift in itself. You can learn so many things. Ako naman, I learned my makeup in my internet, so that is one of the biggest advantages. But we need to learn how to use our things properly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know that you're all tired, but just one more lang, and then we're good. Salamat. To all of my supporters, all of the Lemonades, every single person that is actually supporting the Miss Universe Philippines, I want to thank you so much. I know that this is not the pageant that you all expected due to the pandemic, but we are doing so much hard work and we are trying to keep up the energy. It is sleepless nights. A lot of work has been gone through these 9 months, and I really want to say thank you so much for still being here, still supporting us, ladies. And from the bottom of my heart, my Lemonades, I love you so much. Thank you to my family, to my boyfriend, to be my #1 supporter, and I love you.
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm a little shaky. I don't know if it's because it's cold or if I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to this. I've prepared and I feel ready.
Nice color.
Thank you so much.
So you have 30 seconds to answer each question,
Okay.
and then you will hear a bell. After
All
the
right.
30 seconds, a very loud bell.
Okay.
Louder than Lola. Loud lang. Okay. Tell us something about yourself.
Hi, my name is Isabella Rojas Ismael, but you may call me Bella as everybody else does. You may know me as a ballerina. I am also a psychology major and I'm very passionate about mental health. But I would say I'm also somebody who burns with a fire inside. And I think this is not expected of me because I look very calm and collected all the time. I look shy sometimes. And I say that because I'm somebody who just burns with her own fire, and I'd say that's my strength. I see.
So malaman Tagalog ka, what is one beautiful word in your language, and what does it mean?
Well, I speak Tagalog, and one of my favorite words is actually kilig. Because this is something that we can't really explain in English. There's a similar word, it's called giddy. But there's no explanation or no feeling like kilig. And it's something that I feel every time I take a step here, every time I feel like I'm so beautiful and confident. And it's something that I'd like to make people feel also when they meet me.
Lagi akong pinipilit. Talaga. Konting kurot lang kinikilig. Marupok.
Giri.
Alright. What's that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
I grew up dancing ballet because I started at 4 years old. And one of the most important things that I've learned is to learn how to be yourself in every situation that you're put in. So this is actually my first national pageant, so it's new to me. However, as we've gone through the different challenges, I've learned how to apply it myself in the situation, and I've learned how to grow and to shine as Isabella Ismael. That's the beauty that I've learned as a child in ballet, where you have techniques, but you learn your own art, you learn your own style.
What about during this pandemic? What is the most important lesson that you learned?
During the pandemic, admittedly, of course, it wasn't easy for any of us. However, I was able to actually connect with myself. And as a beauty queen, you would expect somebody to be confident, to know exactly who she is, but it's not always the case. I was able to take time to meditate. I was able to take time to listen to myself. And I realized the value of knowing who you are. And I'm able to take that with me to today. You know, my outfit, this is me. It's pink, it's floral, it's ballet-ish, but you know, I feel very confident as myself, and I'm proud of that.
Isabella, if you win, how do you plan to help your community?
Well, I am very, very passionate about the mental health community, and I have a few people who are very close to me who go through mental illnesses. One of the things that I've learned is that it's not just those who suffer with the sickness who have a hard time, but it's also their families. And I would love to partner up with an organization and probably create a program or maybe support groups, not just for the person who's sick, but for their families, how they can cope, how they can help each other out, and how they can take care of themselves as well, because it's not easy, and we need to help each other out.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I would say blue. Blue, I know to be royal blue. I would say it's something that is so strong. It comes out confident and strong. However, it's also very warm, it's inviting, and it's something that you can trust. That's how I see the color blue. And a phenomenal woman is somebody who's confident in herself, is somebody who is calm, but is also somebody that you can trust to represent you, to tell your story. And that's why if I were to be the phenomenal woman, I would wear blue in everything.
Working from home is now part of the new norm. So what do you think are the skills needed in this so-called workplace of the future?
Actually, I would say it's knowing how to rest and to take breaks. Working from home, we have less boundaries. We have the bedroom and then the workplace, and that's difficult. This is something that we can take even after the pandemic, even when we can go back to the normal life. We can take the learning how to rest, knowing when to listen to your body, knowing when it's time for a break. Because this will help us do better, this will help us develop, and this will help us understand ourselves even more.
If there's one spot or one place, whether man-made or natural, that you want to promote in Parañaque, what would that be?
In Parañaque, there's this place called the El Pipicea, and it's actually a bird sanctuary, and there are a lot of mangroves there too. It's very good for the environment, and I would love to promote that because I think it's very underrated, especially in Parañaque City. We're more focused on the modern side, but I think I would like to take everybody back to the traditional Parañaque, to the natural Parañaque. That's something that I would definitely talk about more, something that I would even visit, and right now it's being worked on, so hopefully when that's done, I can do more work there.
You know, there's a campaign now to hashtag Love Local.
Yes.
So I'd like to know what local products you want to promote and why.
I would love to promote the binca. It's a food from Parañaque. It's a rice dessert, and it's one of the best rice desserts I've ever tried. And you know, I'm Filipina. I was born and raised in Parañaque, but I just tried it earlier this year. It was something revolutionary, and I think a lot of people should try it out because not only is it, you know, it's delicious, but it's also full of culture. You can see the hard work that's put into it. You can see the Filipino culture that's in it, and I think that's something that we should be proud of, especially me as a Parañaqueña.
Well, one last question for you is, what is that one thing you think that young people should focus on?
I would say young people should focus on their mental health. I'm very happy to see that it's something that is becoming more popular. It's a trend. However, when the trend fades, I would love for them to continue on with taking care of their mental health. It's something that I do every day, and I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And I would love for the younger ones to know that. As they grow up, as they go through different struggles and challenges, it's important to make sure that we are mentally stable.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bedroom boys. Bedroom
Very graceful, like a ballerina.
I hope I calmed you all. Thank you.
Okay, right now we are with Miss.
Alright, good morning. Magandang umaga.
Thank you.
Hello, so you know the drill, 30 seconds per question. 30 seconds na may bell. Hindi bell, tulipan.
Okay.
Tell us something about it.
Hello, I'm Sigrid Grace Flores from Catanduanes. I'm a missionary, a motivational speaker. I'm also a charity worker and a founder of a charitable group.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
Magayon. That means beautiful. And I think that there's just so much beauty in my language, in my dialect, in my province, Catanduanes, because not just it offers a lot of beautiful tourist spots, but it actually is amazing because even if it is situated in a very calamity-prone place, it gives so much symbolism of strength and resilience to not just in.
What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
As a child, I experienced growing in a riles ng tren. And it is where I actually found my life goal and my purpose. I resolved that I would use my life to create a language of hope and a narrative of hope to be a representation of love to the people who are in the underprivileged area. So when I was able to get out of that situation, I really committed myself and did my best to be a better version of myself. And now I'm a charity worker. Thank you.
In this pandemic, what is the most important lesson that you've learned?
The very important lesson that I learned is to do away with apathy. And that's always what I believed in, because I believe that people are naturally compassionate and loving. And I think that it is an eye-opener that we need each other to see each other through, especially in times like this. And I've seen how we've come together. And I know that if we become a one heart, we can overcome any crisis, even this pandemic.
If you win the crown, how will you help your...
For such a time as this, I believe that we need a queen that knows how to unite people's hearts. And especially now that we are in the middle of the pandemic, I will educate people about the role of charity and helping out. And I will compel them to be involved in the arena of charity, because I believe that it is our role to see each other through. And of course, if we become one heart, we are going to be an unstoppable force. Thank you.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I think the color that represents a phenomenal woman is yellow, because it is actually a color that symbolizes joy, happiness, and especially hope. And I think that is what we need right now.
Okay, working from home is the new norm.
Yeah.
So what skills do you think we need for what we call the workplace of the future?
I think that it is amazing how the pandemic allowed us to become more resourceful and creative. And personally, what I learned is that we should optimize the social media. And I am a motivational speaker. Before, I used to go to events, but now I was able to do motivational speaking engagements even through online. So there are a lot of people who would contact me, and I was able to do as effective, even if I was not there in a physical place.
one spot, man-made or natural, from Catanduanes that you'd like to promote to the world?
Oh, I'd love to promote Puraaran. It is a surf spot, and I really love the beach. I'm a beach person, and aside from that, it actually showcases what we are known for, the land of the howling winds. So we have very good waves, and I think that if I will be able to showcase it to the world, the world will know that Catanduanes is a force to reckon with.
There's a campaign to hashtag Love Local. So when it comes to products, local products, what would you like to promote and why?
I think I would promote abaca. It is very native to Catanduanes and endemic to Philippines, distinctly Filipino. It is not just world acclaimed when it comes to its quality. It is also it symbolizes strength and resilience of not just Catanduanes, of course, but the Filipinos. And I think if it will be given, if it will be given enough attention and research, it will help us to be recognized internationally.
And the last question is, what do you think young people should focus on?
I think the young people should focus on working on bettering themselves, finding out their passion and purpose, because when they know their passion and purpose, that can serve as their internal compass, and they will never go wrong in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much po. Salamat.
Kasi ang narrative of hope, it's so nice. I'm going to steal.
Ay.
Hi, good morning po.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning
How are
po.
you?
I'm cold.
Are you cold?
Yeah, it's cold. Wala lang, trip ko lang.
Feel mo lang.
Yes.
Okay, so you can speak in your language if you'd like to.
Ooh.
Pwede me, pwede rin na English. Walang yata nagbibisaya sa amin dito pero pwedeng subtitle.
Okay.
30 seconds lang.
Okay.
Every answer. Tell us something about it.
My name is Wam Ahmed. The meaning of my name is peace. I love reading books and I love sketching.
What is one beautiful word in your local language? This one. And
Padayon.
What does it mean?
Padayon means to keep on going, to continue. So it's related to my advocacy rin kasi about mental health awareness. So padayon.
Padayon. Next question. What is that one learning experience that you had when you were a child that made so much impact on you?
The lesson that I had to be vulnerable, na I have to be human in order to grow more. Kasi before, I was such a shy kid na talagang enclosed talaga lahat. And then growing up, I realized na it's okay to actually just be vulnerable and affectionate because that's where we grow.
And then what about in this pandemic? What do you think is the most important lesson that you've learned?
The most important lesson that I've learned is to just keep on going. No matter how hard it is, no matter how frustrated you are, no matter how dark it is, just keep on going kasi even though you're frustrated, towards the end of this tunnel, lagi talagang may bright side.
If you win, how will you help your community?
If I would win, I'd like to give more recognition about my advocacy po, mental health awareness po. More on sa province ko po, Davao del Norte. I have to start small muna. I have to start with my province first. And with the children talaga.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I think the color that symbolizes a phenomenal woman is red because it's fierce, it's passionate, and it's empowering.
Okay, if there's one spot, made or natural, in Davao del Norte that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
I'd like to promote Talaingod because it's a municipality in my province na punong-puno ng IP and it isn't that visited that much. Kasi ang binibisita talaga sa amin is Sabal Island kasi nga the beaches and everything. But when you go to Talaingod, you would see the culture talaga doon and you would appreciate it even more.
Okay, so another question. You've been hearing the word work from home, work from home, work from home.
Yes.
So siya, kumbaga. So what do you think are the skills needed to this so-called
Work at home.
workplace of the future? Yeah.
I feel like work at home, kailangan talaga disiplina because it's so hard to work at an environment where you're used to being relaxed talaga. So environment really matters when it comes to doing certain kinds of things. So I really think the disiplina talaga ang pinaka-importante.
There's a campaign that's called #LoveLocal.
Yes.
So if it were up to you, which local product would you want to push and why?
I'm wearing the local product I like to push. This is actually the first ever fabric sa province ko, in Davao del Norte. This is Musa fabric. It's made out of banana fiber. Kasi usually sa Mindanao, ang ginagamit is talaga is tinalak, if you noticed. And this is the first ever Musa fabric, made out of banana fibers. So I'm proudly representing this. Yes.
Kahit malamig, di ba?
Oh. Thank you po.
Last question. What is one thing you think that young people should focus on?
I think young people should focus on themselves and on their mental health because it is important to put yourself first when it comes to situations. Yourself has to come first talaga before other people.
Thank you. Good night.
You know po?
Yeah. Gusto mo ba? 5-minute each lang.
Okay po. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone. Hello.
It was me.
Yes.
For 30 seconds per question. Tell us something about it.
Hi everyone. My name is April Smith. I'm 24 years old and I'm from the province of Cebu. And I am a daughter of a late former PBA basketball player, Daryl Smith. And we're four in the family. I am the youngest and I'm the only girl. And I have a transgender sister who's the one who introduces me to modeling and pageantry world.
What is one beautiful word in your local language? And what does it mean?
The one beautiful word is, for me, is guapa. You can differentiate guapa in every aspect, in all forms of Cebu. In any forms, beauty, food, and there's diversity. And I'm bringing the whole province of Cebu and also the island and the festive island of Cebu. It's guapa.
What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
Oh, there's only one thing that I could share to you is that the man of my life passed away, whom I can call my father. His peaceful goodbye changed my perspective in life because before I was a girl who is called a happy-go-lucky. But then I learned that we need to value time, especially to our loved ones, family, and friends, and cherish each moment with them because we never know when our time is up. So I think valuing time is very important as a kid. Thank you.
So, next question. So in this pandemic, what do you think is the most important lesson that you've learned?
Yeah, in this pandemic, the important lesson that I've learned is still valuing time because all of us are working nonstop, studying nonstop, and we didn't notice about what happens in our surroundings. So I think valuing time is very important in this pandemic, and you really can see what's the difference, what happened to this pandemic. And I can say that still valuing time is the very important that the lesson happened to me.
If you win, how will you help your community?
I will help my community by my advocacy because my advocacy is through youth sports and for anti-bullying. And being a Cebuana is very important to me because as a child, I've experienced discriminated and being bullied. And no one was there for me. No one was someone to lean on, someone who could say everything is okay because I am here. Because being discriminated does not beat you physically, but will corrupt you mentally and emotionally. And I want to share that to my friends.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
The color symbolizes phenomenal woman is lavender. For me, I think lavender represents a very refreshing to your eyes, and I think that is a phenomenal woman. And it's lavender for me is a new perspective in life. it's a very optimistic and a very positive, because as a positive person, no matter may the things may not turn out the way you expected, we always see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I can say lavender is a nice color.
If there is one spot, man-made or natural, in the province of Cebu that you'd like to promote to the world, what would it be?
That would be aside from the Kawasan Falls, which is located in Badian, that would be the Buho River, which is located in Aluginsan, Cebu. This may not be very known, but I want to promote it because it's very beautiful in there. And as I experience going there, it's so very peaceful. It's so very, you can meditate there. It's so nice. So I want to promote it. Thank you. Let's go. I'll be your tour guide.
Okay, so ngayon naman you hear the word working from home, work from home, work from home. So what do you think are the skills needed to this so-called workplace of the future?
I think workplace in the future, in this amidst of pandemic, I think I would really promote online selling, because it's very timely. And I think while promoting online selling in this livelihood could really help other local and support local products. And by supporting this online selling, I think it should also support the internet connectivity here in the Philippines. So I think by that we can have the work.
I think you're familiar with the hashtag Love Local.
Yes.
So if you had a choice, which local product do you want to promote and why?
I would love to promote the guitars in Cebu province. Because it's already known by international that the Lapu-Lapu city already was the #1 in making of the guitars. So I want to promote, and my brother is also a musician. So he had 11 guitars at home. Yes.
And then the last question is, what is one thing you think that young people like you should focus on?
Young people should focus on should aim self-improvement, should think greater self, because it's very important. And that's what I've learned a long ago as I've grown. And adopting yourself and accepting yourself is very important, and know your worth, because before I really didn't know what my worth is. So now I want to promote that. Sorry. It's okay.
So why PA?
May alcohol kasi ito.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Masakit sa mata. Masakit sa mata.
Oh, why? So, what's your take on
But you have to get it.
I'm so sorry.
Fine.
Because as a Cebuana, I've experienced a lot of discriminated and bullying, and I didn't know that I have this worth of joining any pageants. And when Leila Lopez won Miss Universe, I really got inspired. So by there, I want to be inspiration to the little April Smith who look up to me now, because there are some people who really message me that they're inspired by me, and I remember that I was in their footsteps as well before. So I really want to promote that one and break the stereotype of joining beauty pageants, not just mestiza, and yun. So sorry. Oh my God. So sorry. Yeah, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I think you have a huge following. You know, a lot of people look up to you, so you can reach them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
What made you emotional? Is it something that you are fighting for, or?
Yes, correct. That was something I am fighting for. Especially, I'm passionate about my advocacy, which is youth sports through anti-bullying, and I'm very passionate about that one. So when I got there, I really got emotional because I really want to push.
purpose. Good morning, everyone.
30 seconds for every question. Tell us something about it.
I'm Billy Hackinson. I'm representing Cavite. I work as a flight attendant and I've been flying for 4 years now. I am a dog person. I love to cook. I love staying at home. And I'm a bisexual and I'm proud to be here. It's the coffee, it helped.
What is one beautiful word in Filipino since you're from Cavite? And what does it mean?
I think my favorite Tagalog word would be kamusta. It shows concern. It shows that you really want to know something about the person, especially how the person is. And usually the reply is also kamusta. It reciprocates and the care is there. It is a legit communication between two people.
Next question. So what is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact?
I think if it's about lesson, it's lesson of being forgiving. It's something that I can carry out all throughout my life because keeping grudges in you is going to impact you more as a person instead of the other person that you're mad about. You have to be forgiving about everything. And I think it has to start from as early as a child because you have to bring it with you all throughout your life and you have to be able to share this to everyone as well.
What about in this pandemic? What do you think is the biggest lesson that you learned?
That we have to ask for help. That there should be no shame in asking for help. And I experienced this especially with this journey because I live alone in Cebu. That's where I'm based. And that altruism is actually still evident in the world today. That cooperation is actually the key in challenges such as this.
If you win the Miss Universe crown, how will you help your community?
If it's in Cavite, I already started a few organizations. It's not really me who started it, but I've been a part of it. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I've been working for 4 years now, and I have been trying to support my family, and I haven't been really in-depth in terms of helping the community. But I would want to start doing so with the help of the Miss Universe organization.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Chartreuse.
Spell.
Green na lang. Green na lang. It's a very hard color to pull off, but I think with the right level of confidence, I can do it.
Cavite has a very soft spot in my heart.
Oh.
So, but I think I grew up there or my family's from Cavite. But if you have to name one spot, whether it's man-made or natural, that you'd like to promote to the world, what spot in Cavite would it be?
I think the pineapple farms of Silang Cavite. That's where I grew up. So going to school, going back home, I always pass by that. And the farmers there are really, really nice. We have a sari-sari store, and they would bring pineapples every morning if they can. And I love the sour ones especially, the ones that are not yet hinog. And I think that needs more promotion. That needs more, it can be promoted further. You can do other stuff with pineapples. We can make fabrics out of it, but it's not exposed.
Well, there's also a lot of people doing work from home now.
Yes.
So, what do you think are the skills that's needed in this so-called workplace of the future?
I think charisma and confidence is something that transcends the screen. It is something that you can show to everyone, even with the barrier of internet connection, technology, and screen. But I have to admit, something that's lacking is still warmth. And I think we have to work on that more. We have to translate it to people that we are still warm, that we are still loving, even if we're miles apart, even if I'm not there to physically support you, my warmth and my heart is still there. And I think that is something that we can really practice, especially us Filipinos, that we are really, really warm people.
There's a campaign to hashtag love local. So what local products do you want to promote and why? Pineapples pa rin ba?
Maybe that's one, but since I love to cook, siguro Filipino food. I don't know why, but Filipino food is very diverse, but it's not really well known. We have Vietnamese food, we have pho, we have a lot of Asian food, but Filipino food is not really up there. So probably sisig. We have adobo, who is actually kind of Spanish, but we made a twist on it. We have sinigang, who is authentically Filipino So I think that would be the first one, because a way to someone's heart is always through their stomach, especially for me.
The last question is, what is one thing you think young people should focus on?
I think they should focus on being more self-aware. They have been looking outside through their phones, comparing themselves with other people, when in fact they haven't really looked inside yet. They haven't observed and appreciated their strengths, their power, their weaknesses, what things they have to improve on. They've been so focused on molding themselves into packages of beauty and standards and hypes. I think they have to be more self-aware of themselves. They have to look deep within them, find that motivation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Grabe yung likod ko. It's full moon niya.
Everyone who supports you, what about people who inspire you? Do you think they will look at you and say, I'm proud of this person right now?
I certainly hope so, but apart from that, I'm mostly trying to impress myself, first of all, because you cannot give something that you don't have. So I'm starting there.
Now, after a good workout, I feel back to myself.
I hope everybody is doing well despite the amount of girls you've interviewed. Laban. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Michelle Teresa Imperial Gumabao and I'm representing Quezon City.
So you have 30 seconds to answer each question. Tell us more something about it.
As everybody knows, I'm a professional athlete, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an advocate, I'm a motivational speaker. And all of this came from my experiences of being a volleyball player. I've learned so much, I've grown so much, and that is one of my biggest advantages coming into this pageant.
What is one beautiful word in Tagalog and what does it mean?
Maganda. It means beautiful. I love that word because it represents each woman, each Filipina, and it says a lot about our culture. I hope that we all learn to encourage our women and to lift them up, to be confident and to be empowered.
What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
I have been highly supported by my parents, and what they taught me is to encourage others, to support others, to work with others. That's why it benefited me as a team player playing sports, and it also benefited me joining beauty pageants because you represent an organization. Working with them, collaborating with them, and being a spokesperson, you have to know how to encourage other people. That is one of the most valuable lessons that my parents has imparted on me.
What about during this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you learned?
One of the greatest lessons during this pandemic, among a lot, is to be generous. I learned how to be generous not only with my words, by checking up on people, but also with my time. I have spent my time putting up an organization called Your 200 Pesos. We were able to serve thousands of families, not only in Metro Manila, but in the nearby provinces. I learned that if more people are generous, then less people will become hungry, less people will struggle, and we will have a more united Philippines.
Quezon City, if you win, what do you plan to do more for your community?
I have been working a lot for sports. I have been part of different organizations of the government. But if I do win Miss Universe Philippines, I do know that the role is to represent the organization. I'm willing to learn more about the advocacy of Miss Universe Philippines, to work with them, to empower women, and to believe and stand by all the values that they also believe in.
What color do you think represents the phenomenal woman?
Green represents a phenomenal woman. Aside from it being the color of life, in my experience, it is the color of champions. I graduated from De La Salle University with 3 championships in my back, and I know that this is a color that inspires and empowers and shows off a strong and confident, phenomenal woman. I'm biased. Allow me to be.
Okay, so you've been hearing the word working from home nowadays.
Yes, Pop.
So what do you think are the skills needed nowadays in what you call the workplace of the future?
I work from home as an athlete. We cannot have physical trainings. And one of the most important values that I've learned is to be disciplined. Nobody is watching you. Nobody is telling you what to do. You have to know what it takes to become better. And that is my goal every single day. And it takes so much discipline to wake up in the morning, to set a schedule, despite not having physical work and not being able to report to a physical office. It's very important for children, for workers, and for office mates in general.
if there is one spot in Quezon City, whether natural or man-made, that you'd like to promote in the world, what would it be?
Super dami dire. Quezon City Circle, I must say, it was one of the most popular landmarks of Quezon City. But more than that, it's a place that I've been to ever since I was young. And recently, because of the pageant, I was able to visit and film there, and I've seen how much they preserved it, the culture, the beauty, and you can see so much. The Tomb of Manuel L. Quezon, the Philippine Car Museum, if you haven't visited, is a definite must place to go.
There's a campaign, it's called #LoveLocal.
Yes, po.
So what local products do you want to promote?
We all know Quezon City is popular for the celebrities. Our main product is people, entertainment. But in this journey for Miss Universe Philippines, I'd really like to promote garments and textile. If you are not familiar with Kamuning Textile Market, it's very popular and a lot of people go. And I know that with our everyday activities, being a Miss Universe Philippines candidate, I can showcase the different designers and the different products from my own city.
Last question for you is, what's one thing that you think young people should focus on? Young people like you.
Young people should focus on their dreams. And to achieve those dreams, you have to prepare yourself and equip yourself. Keep on learning, keep on growing, keep on taking risks. But at the end of the day, our dreams are our own. And no matter how much people criticize you or put you down, you have to empower yourself first before you want to empower others.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you.
Kamuning Market is so famous for fashion, this Filipino fashion.
Yes, because when people think about Quezon City, instantly it's GMA, ABS, Artistas, but we have a lot of designers in Timog alone, and that's because they're close to Kamuning, the resource for textile.
May mga pagawaan din sa Kamuning.
Suits,
You can
yung
have
mga suits.
Yes.
Really good for registration.
Thank you po. Have a great day. Thank you. I love Q&A. I love being asked questions, especially if it's about myself and my city. I'm very proud of my hometown, so it was a very easy and casual interview today.
Miss Manila, how are you doing?
I'm excited. Excited na ako na kinakabahan. Super mixed emotions kasi ngayon pala nagsisink in sa amin lahat na nag-start na talaga yung Miss Universe Philippines.
Manila.
Everyone.
Pwede mag-Tagalog kung gusto mo mag-Tagalog. Pwede
Yes.
mag-English, pwede mag-Taglish.
Okay.
Dito kasi mic. So, 30 seconds lang.
Wait. Kailangan kong huminga. Kailangan kong huminga. Okay. Game.
Yung totoo. Game na.
Game na? Game ka na ba?
Asan ka hiningal? Sa pag-akyat o
Sa pag-akyat, tsaka ang lamig kasi. Actually, paulit-ulit. Feeling ko paulit-ulit kami na sinasabi na malamig. Ayun.
Dapat pinabahan yung game.
They actually go
Dapat nga binaba namin yung
Ikaw
shawl.
yung una nagsabing malamig. Just kidding.
Hindi totoo yan. Hindi totoo yan.
natural na malamig, hindi yung aircon malamig.
Oo. Pinapapatay ko yung aircon kanina. Wala palang aircon. Sabi ko pakipatay yung aircon. So wala pala. Sige, ang dami kong chika.
Oh, so tell us something about yourself.
So I'm Alexandra. You can call me Alex. I'm 26. God, it's cold. I'm from Sampaloc, Manila, actually. So, kaya super natural ko lang kasi basically ganito talaga kami sa Manila. Like, hindi kami super, nag-fake ng personality namin, kung paano kami mag-dress up. Kaya minsan, most of the time, lagi lang ako naka-pajamas. And then yesterday, I'm wearing a sweatshirt, not like this. And then mas comfortable ako without makeup. Thank you so much. Easy ka lang sa pag-time. Parang nagugulat ako eh. Parang may galit ka yata, sir. Gulat ako.
Manila Tagalog to. So, what is one beautiful word in your language, and what does it mean?
I'm sorry, what is?
One beautiful word in your language, and what does it mean?
One beautiful word in my language. Well, Manila, usually Tagalog lang naman. So, hindi ako makapag-isip. Wait lang, pwedeng pause yung time. Anyway. Okay, for Manila, I would go for matatapang. Matatapang lahat ng Manilenya, kahit babae matatapang, meron silang pinaglalaban. Especially, alam namin tama yung pinaglalaban namin. Lagi kami nasa tama. Kasi, it's super nonsense naman kung easy ka lang direct. Huwag ka magalit sa akin, direct. Ako lang to direct.
Question. What is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
So, growing up as a child, syempre naging daddy's girl ako, meron siyang future na gusto for me. And then, parang ako, wait lang super chill na lang ako ng tayo. And then parang, ako syempre parang iniisip ko super limited ng resources ko. And then growing up, na-realize ko na nagawa ko siya all by myself. So basically, I'm inspiring every dreamers out there kasi I was once a dreamer. Na parang ayokong isipin nila na merong hindrance or whatever. Nakasmile na si Direk. Okay.
Next question. What about in this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you learned?
In this?
During this pandemic.
So during this pandemic, sobrang negative na kasi nang nangyayari eh. So I try to stay positive. Ayoko munang mag-isip na to social media, sobrang dami kasing fake news sa parang lahat na lang ng tao merong gustong sabihin na negative. Bakit kailangan lagi na lang negative yung kinakalat niyo? Super negative na nangyayari. Let's just gotta chill. Wala namang mawawala kung magpaka-positive tayo. It's super good nga kasi you're making everyone around you super happy and chill as well. Yan.
Wow.
Di ako nag-time.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
Well, if I win, ngayon pa lang super happy ko na sa support na natatanggap ko sa community ko kasi God is so cool. Kasi usual sa place namin, hindi siya yung parang super social na level ng Manila. So parang ako nakikita nila ako na beauty queen ka, but then super humble mo, nag-reach out ka to everyone, kaya mong makihalubilo na hindi ka maarte, hindi ka, oh my God, ano yan, ganyan. So, super level lang. You're welcome, Direct. Okay.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Phenomenal woman for me, the color that would symbolize is a phenomenal woman for me. I'm wearing pink right now, but for me, it would be color black. Kasi color black is super neutral lang, and it depends kung paano mo kayang dalhin yung black na super plain lang siya. How would you express yourself on what you wear, on how you dress up?
So, ang work from home now, part na siya ng new norm, di ba?
I'm actually working from home.
Okay, so anong skills,
Super saya ko.
anong mga skills ang kailangan sa work from home na part na ngayon ng future?
So, for working from home, kailangan mong mag-adjust so kung paano kayo magpapalitan ng messages, kung paano sasagutin yung specific questions mo. Kasi usually meron kayong time. Parang ngayon, meron kami 30 seconds. Meron kami like 2 minutes to answer. But then, ang tagal nung magbibigay sa'yo ng sagot. So, kailangan may patience ka lang din. And hindi ka rin pwedeng laging mas marunong sa ibang tao kasi laging may mas matalino sa'yo. And kaya sila nandiyan para tulungan ka. So, maging humble ka lang din sa kanila.
Okay, if there is one place or spot in Manila, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote sa buong mundo, ano to?
I'd go for sa Quiapo kasi doon kami kumakain lagi. Like, siguro bababa kami sa specific drop-off sa Quiapo and then lahat ng madaanan namin na kinakainan namin like merong burger, meron ding oriental, super dami, and mga street foods, super sarap kayang kumain. And then you just gotta wear super comfy outfit, no makeup at all, and then super sarap lang, kakain ka lang.
Hindi ka nakaganyan.
Ano? My God. Kapajama lang, slippers, ganon.
May di ba? May kampanya ngayon, #LoveLocal. So ikaw, anong local product ang gusto mo i-promote and why?
Local products, actually, ang pinapromote ko ngayon is yung mga local brands. Kasi usually kasi pinapatronize na ng mga tao yung mga international brands eh. And ako, being connected sa mga hip-hops and sa streets, gusto kong i-promote yung local brands na, kasi usually ang tingin sa kanila parang, super low class sila, ganyan. Kung ano man yung opinion ng iba. But then, if you go deeper with their thoughts, maiintindihan mo na meron din silang point. May point naman. Okay lang.
Last na.
Hala, oh my God.
In 30 seconds, tell us, what is that one thing you think young people should focus on?
So for the youth for today, my message for them is to don't forget to always to show the better version of yourselves. There would always be room for improvements, and madalas talaga makakatanggap tayo ng negative feedback sa ibang tao, and it's always up to us kung paano natin gagawing positive, turn into positive yung negative feedbacks.
Thank you.
Thank you. During this interview, you've got nothing to do but just to be yourself. Since super light lang naman ang nangyayari, hindi mo na siya kailangan gawin na pabigatan. So, kailangan mo lang mag-chill. You just gotta calma yourself.
Hello, good morning. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Okay, tell us something about your life.
So, my name is Cristel Abello. I'm representing the beautiful province of Aklan. I am the daughter to OFW parents, but although I was raised in the States, I was raised to be 100% Filipino. Pusong Pinoy talaga ako.
What is one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
One beautiful word in my language is guapa. And I think that just solidifies and represents the Aklanon trait of us Filipinos being beautiful.
What one learning experience that you had as a child made much impact on you?
One learning experience that I had as a child was growing up in the States. I grew up in the States, but we were very Filipino in the household, from the values that were instilled into our home, to the food that we ate, and also to the language that we speak at the house. Hindi nga pumayag si mami na hindi kami magtagalog sa bahay. And through that, I really embraced and loved and learned through my culture, and it really solidified my identity as a person, as a Aklanon, and as a Filipino.
What one major lesson did you learn from your experiences during this pandemic?
During this pandemic, I have learned the one important lesson of bayanihan. It's really important for us, mga Pilipino, to stand together, to unite together, and to extend ourselves to help each other.
If you win Miss Universe Philippines, how will you help your community?
If I win Miss Universe Philippines, I will help my community by extending myself through the use of social media. And I want to use my platform to really use my voice to extend myself and to help my community by raising awareness. And I really want to show the people that I'm here, genuine, with or without the crown, that I really want to help and instill positivity and hope with everyone.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I think the color that symbolizes a phenomenal woman is a color that you feel confident in. I think that it could be any color as long as you feel proud to wear it, and if you feel beautiful in it, then I think bagay na bagay sa'yo, di pak na pak.
What skills does the workplace of the future need, since working from home now is the new norm?
So the skills that that we need to have and instill into our home is, I think that kahit nasa bahay, dapat ganado pa rin sa bahay, and that we should still be appreciative of being at home, and that we're still being able to given the chance to work, and we should really appreciate that. Dapat ganado pa rin sa bahay, patuloy-tuloy pa rin ang trabaho. Just because we are in the new normal, it doesn't mean that life doesn't stop.
If you have a chance to name one spot, man-made or natural, in your province or city that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be and why?
Of course, I would want to promote the beautiful island of Boracay. Of course, it is known as paradise to many, and of course, it is a place where you can just relax, and it is incomparable to other places around the world even. It is one of the most highlighted tourist destinations of the Philippines, and most importantly, I think ang pinaka-importante, ang generosity, ang hospitality ng mga Aklanon.
So are you bringing us?
Pwede! Sige, tera.
When? Excited.
Yes, yes.
Well, there's a campaign to hashtag Love Local. Which local product would you promote and why?
Which local product I would promote? So, Love Local, the local product that I would promote siguro sa ngayon would probably be ang food natin. I think I would want to promote our food because our food is very relevant. No matter how old, how young we are, we can all sama-sama together, and it brings us all together.
And lastly, what one thing should young people like you focus on?
I think what young people should focus on is believing in themselves. I think from this journey, I have learned to really believe in myself and to earn the confidence. And I think that a lot of young people, our young generation, is lacking today the belief and the confidence in themselves to push themselves forward and to also be positive and to uplift. If you are positive in yourself, then you can continue to uplift others. Thank you. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Okay, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much.
It is that you're going through.
Hello, good morning. I am Rabia Oxania Mateo, 23, representing the City of Love, Iloilo. I am biracial. I'm sorry. I did introduce myself na. Yes.
Okay. So, 30 seconds lang, given the introduction. Tell us something about yourself.
I'm actually biracial. My mom is an Ilongga and my dad is an Indian, if you can see through my features. However, I was raised in a broken family and I experienced a really poor life. And I was able to rise from our situation as well because of educating myself. And now I decided to give back to my community and I became a lecturer for physical therapy. That's why I was able to go to...
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
One beautiful word would probably guapa, which means beautiful. I feel like we have this statement in Iloilo, basta Ilongga guapa, which means every Ilongga is beautiful. And I'm very proud that with Miss Universe Philippines, I was able to bring that kind of aspect that every Filipino would know that statement, basta Ilongga guapa.
So, what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
If there would be one thing that I learned through my mother, that would be always forgive people. Because there's no such thing as a perfect person. And when my dad left us, she never speak ill about him. That's why in every situation, even though other people would hurt me, I still choose to see the goodness in them.
What about in this pandemic? What is the most important lesson that you learned?
You know what? Even though you're struggling, you can still become the symbol of hope. I myself, I had fears, uncertainty, but I still realized that I could still give back to Iloilo City. Out of my pocket, I decided to cook for the frontliners, and I know that's just a simple way, but that's my best way to help our modern heroes.
If you win the crown, how will you help your community? Well, you mentioned that, but are there other things that you plan to do when you win the crown?
Being a Miss Universe, you become influential. So I want to go back to my advocacy, which is Feed Me and I Read You program, which we help those children living near the dump site. If you have seen my Beyond the Coastline video, I want to go back there. And we need a lot of materials, learning materials. And I feel like being a Miss Universe, I will be able to pull donors into our project to make it foster even better.
What's the name of the program again?
Feed Me and I Read You program.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I feel that a phenomenal woman is red, because red is power and I am red.
Work from home is now a norm. So what do you think are the skills needed to this future workspace or future workplace of the future? Sorry.
As of the moment, I am working from home because we don't have classes, live classroom classes. That's why we decided to conduct our lectures online. I feel like nowadays we need to adopt to the situation. So we need to be versatile in what is happening around us. And online business or working from home is such a huge opportunity for us to spend more time with our family and as well trying to enjoy the life.
If you can name one spot, man-made or natural, in your in Iloilo City, what would it be?
I would definitely want to bring all of you to Haro Cathedral because you know what, in Iloilo, we don't have much of natural spots. But Haro Cathedral is like an establishment that witnessed the love and devotion that Ilonggos have towards God. And I feel like it's been there since the Spanish era. So with timeless memories and modernization, we were able to, arrive to be the Ilonggos that we are today.
There's a campaign that's hashtag Love Local. So if it were up to you, which local product do you want to promote and why?
You know what? It was also asked to me during Miss Iloilo, and I want to bring to the global community our very own hablon. That is our indigenous fabric. And I feel like, it enriches the culture of not just Iloilo, but of our country. Every time I wear hablon, I don't just wear Iloilo, but I wear Philippines.
Nice line. Last question. What is one thing young people like you should focus on?
You need to invest in yourself. As of the moment, there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of bashers or backlash. But at the end of the day, when you practice self-love, you get to know the right weapon in order for you to win life. And I feel like right now, I am ripe enough to win the competition because I've done everything that I could to transform to become a phenomenal woman that I am. Thank you. Thank you po. Actually, at first, I was kind of hesitant because you need 30 seconds session. But in the end, I was able to gain that momentum. And I feel like up until now, there's so much energy in me. I can do another round.
This advocacy and to promote it.
Maing buntag.
So, the other question, have 30 seconds to answer them. The first one is, please tell us about yourself.
Okay, I have so many things to say about myself. I'm Inday Eliza Malinaw, and I'm nervous and excited. And I've always believed that Inday can do whatever I set my eyes and heart into. So, kinakabahan talaga ako. Okay. Nung bata pa ako, naalala ko, hindi ako binibigyan ng parents ko ng pera. So, sabi ko, okay, nakita ko na opportunity ko sa farm ng lolo ko. I'm sorry, it was 30 seconds.
Were you briefed about 30 seconds?
Yes.
30 seconds per...
I didn't know that. Okay.
So, okay, second question. So, you have 30 seconds to answer.
Okay.
So, what is one beautiful word in your local language or dialect, and what does it mean?
Padayon. That means continue. In life, I've failed so many times, but in our language, we are taught that no matter how many times you fall, you have to stand back up and smile and move forward. I'm so nervous. Why am I so nervous?
Third question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
Oh, that was when I worked in our farm, in my grandfather's farm. Kasi hindi ako binibigyan ng pera, so I realized, okay, magtatrabaho ako sa farm para may extra allowance ako. And then I realized na if may initiative ka and you are hardworking, you can get whatever it is that you want in life. And now I'm here.
In this pandemic, what is that one major lesson that you learned from this pandemic?
That food is very difficult to get from the farm to your table. And that was a life-changing event for me to be able to volunteer in an organization called Move Food Initiative. I learned how to become a driver, a tindera, maybe a farmer sometimes, but now I respect farmers even more, and I hope I can teach everyone to really value the food on their table.
If you win the crown, how will you help your community?
I have been helping my community even though I don't have the crown yet. When the pandemic happened, I connected them to our municipal hall and asked for seeds. And now I'm looking at succeeding as an entrepreneur for our Vanilla Dream Farm so I can help not only our community but the entire Mindanao as well. We are targeting to help the coconut farmers and plant vanilla in between. So not only that, ba't ako kinakabahan? I'm so excited to be here. Okay. Relax, Eliza, relax. Okay.
Madali lang to. What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Yellow.
Why?
Actually, and women empowerment is violet, but my favorite color is yellow. Because when you see yellow, it captures your attention right away and makes you happy. And it's bright, brings you joy. That's me.
So, if there is one spot in Davao City, man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
Well, Davao City is known to be the home of the Dutertes, but we are also a home of 11 ethno-linguistic groups. So we transformed one park into a place where people can visit and meet all the 11 ethno-linguistic groups, including their houses, what they have in their homes, their costumes, and their people. And I want you to get to know them more.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Another thing that we hear a lot nowadays is work from home. So they say this is the workplace of the future. So what skills do you think is needed in this so-called workplace of the future?
When the pandemic happened, I was able to grow a garden in my balcony, and I believe in sustainability. So I think people should learn how to grow their own food in their backyard or balcony. So no matter how many pandemics happen, hopefully nothing will come in the future. They will be food secure and they will never go hungry.
There's a campaign, hashtag love local. So, looks like you're doing your part.
Yes,
What local product do you want to promote and why?
Definitely the vegetables of the farmers. I want to make sure that one day we can help the food system be better, because there are so many things that we can promote, but we are not helping our farmers to make sure that they can reach the markets. And I want to help them to be able to reach the markets right away, so no more food will be wasted. Thank you.
Question is, what is one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
Themselves. You can never get anywhere if you don't know who you are. When you know who you are, you know where you are going. So with me, I know that I am a farmer, and no matter how many places I visit, I would always go back to the farm, and that's where I want to improve my community and my family.
Thank you. That was the last question.
Okay. More. Thank you.
Benguet Baguio Farm. Magalit na naman yung mga Benguet beans.
If there's anyone you wanted to inspire with your performance, who would it be?
I think the young Indays, kasi ang daming Inday sa probinsya namin that they think the only breakthrough in life is to get married. And I want to show them that they can be whatever they want to be, and they can always follow their dreams.
Good morning, everyone.
So, alam mo 30-second rule.
Yes, I was informed by Angel.
Even with the first question I'll ask you, tell us something about yourself.
Hello, my name is Pauline Cucharo Amlings. I'm your Boholana Belgian from, of course, the beautiful province of Bohol. My dad is a Belgian and I'm Filipina, so I'm like a mix of both cultures in one, and I'm very excited to be here today.
What is one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
I would like to choose the word pohon. It means hopefully. It's a word that we use whenever we talk about something that is going to happen in the future. Like, I'm going to join Miss Universe Philippines, pohon, hopefully, with God's blessing.
Next question. What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made much impact on you?
One learning experience I had as a child was that I had to not be shy. I was very shy, always in the corner. But my mom and my dad always kept telling me, you have to really be out there. That's the only way for you to grow. That's the only way for you to shine.
And then, what is that one major lesson that you learned during this pandemic?
I think I learned so many things, from cooking to planting. But I think one thing that I really learned is how interconnected everything really is. From the animal world to the human world, from communities, inter-province, and I think that just reminds me of the fact that we all play a part in fighting this pandemic and that we can all rise together.
if you win the crown, how will you help your community?
I would want to be a spokesperson and a rallying point to bring people together in meaningful conversation, together look for solutions. And I think that with this platform of influence, that's something I can really do.
What color symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
Oh, that's very interesting. For this moment, I would like to choose pink. Pink is the color that would symbolize me as a phenomenal woman. And pink is also something that you will have to watch out for during my performances for preliminary or evening gown. I'm not going to mention which one, but I'll just tell you that. And it's also my favorite color. I have an emotional relation with that color because every time my dad would give me gifts, it would always be something pink.
Your pink outfit in the next few days.
Yes.
I'm also excited to find out. No? Yeah. So if given a chance to promote to the world a spot, whether man-made or natural in Bohol, what would it be?
I would have to choose the Lobok River Cruise. The Lobok River, I don't know if you've tried it. I hope that you've had. You tried it? So hopefully then you agree with me. The Lobok River Cruise is really one of the more amazing things that you can do in Bohol. It's not just good food, it's not just you being on that river cruise, but it allows you to interact with the locals in dance and in song. And every time I'm there, I always make it a point for me to dance at tinikling with the locals, even though I risk getting my feet hurt with the bamboo. But it's really one of the things I would want everyone to know about here in Bohol.
Let's go on the work side now. That's recreation. Now let's go to the work side. We've been hearing the word work from home.
Yes.
So what do you think are the skills that we need to develop for the workplace of the future, as we call it?
I have worked from home also during the first few months of the pandemic. I'm sorry, it's a bit cold. During the first few months of the pandemic. And I think patience is one thing that we all need to work on ourselves, especially with the internet connection that we have at home. There's so many times that I've had meetings and then my internet connection would fade out and then I wouldn't hear the rest of it. I think patience above everything else is something that we need to work on. And from then on, we at least have the clear mind to work on everything else.
There's a campaign called #LoveLocal.
Okay.
So if you had a local product that you had to promote, what would it be and why?
It would definitely be raffia from Tubigon Loom Weavers. I'm not wearing it at the moment. I will be wearing it for one of the segments.
So one of the things that I would also look forward to seeing.
Definitely, yes. I'm not going to indulge any more information about that, but raffia is really a product that's from my hometown in Tubigon, and it really takes so many people to make a raffia roll, and there's so much thought and effort that goes into it, and it's a beautiful product with so many possibilities.
What is one thing that you think young people should focus on?
At the moment, it's really staying strong and continuing their dreams of educating themselves, even during these pandemic times. We all are having a hard time, but that doesn't mean that our dreams, our passions are canceled. They're just on hold, and I think that they all need to have hope in their hearts to continue what they're dreaming on and to somehow make their dreams still come true.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you. It's Igorot inspired. Yes. Thank you.
Not very warm.
Not very warm indeed. I'll take that into consideration next time.
I think I did pretty well. I just wish someone told me it wasn't a closed door interview. It was an outdoor interview. So cold. That was my only concern.